Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Thursday night, May 22nd, and we're here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. Yahoo! That's right, folks, another great Thursday night to talk about all the wonderful things happening in the world of pro wrestling. I'm talking matches, segments, OMG moments, title changes, crazy stunts that you can't get away with in real life, but you love to see it on television, and many more. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. I'm also the host, the founder, executive producer, and content manager of the Ravens Flock channel. And on behalf of all of us, we appreciate all of you tuning in tonight. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Black Files, my type partner for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on this channel every single week.
Check your cue cards on your phone.
From the 718... Mr. Juan Arouse.
Is that what it is? Did you forget the old area code from our neighborhood in New York City?
That is our old area code, 718.
Yes, I know. Like, is that why you were going through the phone because you were looking for that?
No, I was looking for something else.
Oh my Lord. Thank you for that fine introduction to say, don't you ever forget the mister.
And much like all our other shows, folks, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So be sure to hit the subscribe and the follow button. Click the bell icon for all our notifications. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an inner flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work 9-to-5 jobs just to keep the lights on. However, there's a way that you guys can help rescue us from this dim and dreary fate that we are trying so desperately to avoid, and that's by not making silly freaking hand gestures, Jose. What the hell? You can stop that. You strange moo cow man. Stop it. That's not a thing. You're just saying you're straight edge, and that it means you're better than me. What the hell is it? What are you doing? Now you're just saying that you're a lover, not a fighter. Now you're saying brother love. Why are you being brother love? Now you're being the dancing fool. Are you Disco Inferno now? Are you Disco Infernoing at me? What is wrong with you? Why would you do that? No, that is not how you save us. That is not how you rescue the Ravens Flock from late-stage capitalism. You do it by doing what you guys have been doing this whole time, which is supporting us by liking our content, by commenting both during the stream and after the stream, by sharing our content all across your social media, sharing it with your friends, your family, and anyone who you may know in your life who has an affinity for geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. But most importantly, making sure that you're subscribed and hitting the notification bell to stay up to date for all alerts for everything that we put out. We want to make sure that you are notified. We want to make sure that everyone that you know has at least some awareness of the Ravens Flock, and that you guys are helping us out in this wonderful crusade where we both speak truth to power within the nerd community, but while at the same time extolling the virtues and wonders and proselytizing the greatness of nerd and geek culture. We want to be able to do that as a living, and with your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to Members First and Members Only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hey, up in the chat, I see Vicente Guerrero. Hey, nice to see you pop in even for a short while. Lisa Boo, who can't stick around for too long. And I see Christopher Justice yeeting himself all over the place. And Nikki Bella helping hold it down on the mod side. We appreciate you all joining us here. But Jose, pray tell, what exactly is it that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
Well, here on Wrestle Rewind, we review three of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. So we've got a stacked weekend of wrestling ahead of us, folks. Tomorrow night, TNA is hosting their pay-per-view event, Under Siege, which will take place over in Brampton, Ontario, Canada. They're going all the way up north, eh? And meanwhile, Sunday, we've got back-to-back pay-per-view events. We've got WWE's hosting NXT Battleground right here in Tampa, Florida. And
I can't go.
Why do you have to keep reminding them?
Because we're broke and I hate it.
I know, but please don't remind them.
I remind everyone.
Because if you remind yourself, you're only hurting yourself.
I'm a masochist, okay?
I was waiting to ask you that, but you just answered my question. And, of course, AEW also have their annual pay-per-view event, Double or Nothing, which is happening on Sunday in Phoenix, Arizona. WWE is definitely not counter-programming AEW's Double or Nothing. It's not as if they both view each other as competition, right?
No. Not a chance.
No. But there is
but
one.
They are very impressed with Nick Khan's with Shad Khan's financial contributions there and the kid.
Yeah, well, thank you for that.
Freudian slip. Anyway.
Now, that being said, speaking of competition, the one thing we do compete as human beings is our will to survive and to live through our daily lives. As we get older, our the energy that we maintain in our body is not exactly the same. We have to rely on so many different methods to get through the grind of the everyday work day of a 9-to-5 job or whatever. And there's many ways to do this. However, the Ravens flock has discovered an awesome way to do it from our partner, and that is with Glitch Energy.
That's right, folks, which is why we here at the Ravens flock are proud to continue being partnered up with Glitch Energy. Glitch Energy specially formulated smart energy blend keeps you running strong all day long, just like the Ravens flock, with 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 0 calories, 0 lag, and 0 crash. Also, remember how we like to tell you guys to make sure that you're up to date on everything with glitchenergy.com? Well, the good news is, if you go on their website, they're offering you a 15% off discount on your very first order if you decide to go ahead and sign up for their email newsletter, as well as getting yourself hooked up with other additional discounts and updates of upcoming flavors and upcoming products. And that's not the only thing that's important about Glitch Energy, is it?
That's right. If you go to glitchenergy.com and you look at their menu, you'll see that they have a different selection, a large variety of different combination energy flavored blends to choose from. There's always something in the Glitch website for every person, whether it's smart energy or whether it's hydration or whether it's supplements.
Yep, you're damn right over here, but that's not the only cool thing about Glitch Energy. These guys are also very conscious about how tight people's wallets can be. Isn't that right, Jose? That's
right. And thankfully, Glitch Energy is able to work with you. If you're not able to pay off the full amount, they have a special Cash App Smart Pay.
No,
Afterpay program in which you could pay off in 4-week installments.
4 interest-free installments.
4 interest-free installments until you've paid off the amount. That way, your wallet will thank you and your body will thank you. And if that's not enough, we got something special for you. Because if you go to glitchenergy.com and use our promo code FlockFuel, you'll receive a 20% discount on your order. So don't delay. Go to glitchenergy.com. Take advantage of their newsletter, use our promo code FlockFuel, and get your glitch now.
We want to once again thank Glitch Energy for partnering with the Ravens flock.
All right, fantastic. So as I said, we've got a stacked weekend of wrestling ahead of us. It's going to be crazy, yo. We got TNA heading over to Canada. We got WWE coming here to Tampa, Florida for the weekend. We've got AEW going all the way to Phoenix because for some reason they can't, they don't do it in Las Vegas anymore for Double or Nothing, even though that's always been the...
It's almost as if something even bigger and much more spectacular with higher production value came in almost a full 2 months in advance and sapped all the energy and goodwill dry out of the city of Las Vegas, and you can't do any wrestling there for a while.
Oh, Juan, that's preposterous. That's implying that WWE views them as competition, which they don't.
Big ups to Shad Khan's kid.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with this week's edition of WWE's NXT. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, here we go, folks. This is the go-home show before WWE takes over Tampa, Florida for NXT Battleground on Sunday, May 24th. May 25th.
Are they doing it over at the USF arena there?
That's right. They're doing it at the USF Arena. I forgot what it's called. I think last time I thought it was called the Sun Dome.
Yeah, well, that's the original name for the USF indoor arena, the Sun Dome. Like, I would think that they could just stick with that name. Why do they keep changing the names of these freaking venues?
I don't know.
It's hard to keep up.
I know, it's crazy. Like, remember when the Amalie Arena was called the Amalie Arena was called the Ice Palace?
Yeah.
Jesus!
And do you remember how in between Ice Palace and Amalie Arena, it was the St. Pete Times Forum?
Right? And we're nowhere even close to St. Pete!
No, we're not. No, it's the St. Pete Times Forum. Well, actually, no. That's it. No. It's still, like, what, the Tampa Bay Times, Times wasn't able to shell out enough shekels, enough moulet bras, enough Republic Daytaries to outbid them? What the hell?
I don't know anymore.
This is why I don't buy newspapers anymore.
And to answer Vicente Guerrero's question real quick before we get started, we have not been to any hog shows. I have seen clips of it, and yes, I know it is exactly awesome wrestling over in New York.
Yay.
Now, we start things off with an incredible triple threat match. Whoever wins will challenge Ricky Saints for the NXT North American Championship at Battleground. And it's a triple threat match featuring, from left to right, Ashante, the Adonis.
Okay, I guess he's got to get over his breakup with Carmen Petrovic somehow.
The young OG, Javon Evans, who's already proven that he is championship caliber.
All right, that's good to see.
And one of the prospects from the WWE ID program and who's one of the stars in WWE Evolve, Sean Legacy.
Okay, I don't know jack shit about him.
Oh, well then, I'm happy that you didn't ask, because I'm going to give you the info anyway.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right, well, so far, he kind of looks like Wrestling Macklemore. He's not a rapper or anything, right?
No.
He's not like a performance singer, nothing.
Sean Legacy is an American pro wrestler. He is signed to WWE under the ID program and performs for NXT and Evolve.
You're literally just reading his Wikipedia.
Yeah, so let's see here. He's competed in the independents ever as early as October of 2016. Let's see here. He's traveled to Japan. He competed in Pro Wrestling Noah, and he also wrestled in an episode of AEW Dark in 2020, losing to Powerhouse Hobbs.
Ow!
But it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, he didn't. It's not like Powerhouse Hobbs decided to like dismember him and roast him over an open fire afterwards. Lord knows Tony would have let him do it if that's what he asked for back in 2020. But it's a good thing he didn't.
No. Thankfully not. This guy's 5'11", 207 pounds. He's from Evans, Georgia. This guy's incredibly athletic, very good high flying maneuvers, and he's also very technical based when it comes to his ground game. So this guy's the real deal.
God dang it! He's my height, and he's like 50 pounds lighter than me. That's depressing, but whatever. That's just me.
It's his legacy, Juan.
Right, shut up. All right, now, tell us about the match.
Unfortunately, WWE.com doesn't have any other photos because they also have Ricky Saints joining on commentary during this triple threat match to see who will win this three-way dance between these three competitors. When asked that, let's boogie woogie indeed, of course. Now Ashante the Adonis, of course, being the heel, gets double teamed immediately from both the young OG and Sean Legacy. Look at this. Yep, look at this guy. This guy's a shit heel. He's trying to pick a fight with two guys, and they just toss him over their shoulders like he's absolutely nothing. And then on commentary, when asked who would Ricky Saints want to defend the North American Championship, he put his money on both Ashante the Adonis and the young OG, Javon Evans, but he didn't mention anything about Sean Legacy, which is weird to me. Like, he'll defend the other two, but he won't defend the guy from WWE Evolve?
That is weird.
That is very weird. But you know what? It is what it is. He has his opinions. We're enjoying wrestling. I don't make the rules. Shucky ducky quack quack. Let's continue.
Justice just won in Fortnite in a round. Yay! Good.
Yay! Congratulations!
Victory Royale and skibbity toileting and all
that. Don't say that in my presence.
I'm old, okay? I don't know all these young whippersnapper shit. Come on.
You young kids. Back in my day, we had memes like, "Here come that boy."
Oh shit! What up?
Oh shit! What up? Yeah, I bet you didn't know that, huh?
Ow.
Yep.
Looks like the young OG's getting his guts rearranged, and not the fun way either.
Yes, unfortunately for the young OG, yes, Shantae the Adonis, it didn't take long for him to regain his footing. He's able to fight back against both Sean Legacy and Javon Evans. Javon Evans, of course, tried to hold his own by hitting a nice high-flying maneuver onto Shantae the Adonis. And then when we got back from commercial break, the heel, of course, takes over the match. And people are really rooting for Sean Legacy. Like the fans are chanting Legacy, and I had to listen carefully because you can easily mistake Legacy for NXT. And they were chanting for Legacy. They love this guy.
Cool.
Yeah, he's great. Look at the airtime this guy's gaining from this awesome drop kick that he's about to deliver over at Ashante the Adonis.
Oh, right. Yeah, did he have a lot of hang time in that?
Oh, yes, he did.
That's crazy. So these guys are jumping around, flippy dipping all over themselves. Okay, I see what kind of match this is.
Well, yeah, gee, Juancho, what's wrong with you and flippy dippies, huh?
Well, I'm over here thinking, like, you say that what's his face, Sean Legacy, it has, technical wrestling prowess, and all I'm seeing in this match so far are flippy dippies. Cut me a break, will ya?
He's the best of both worlds.
Well, I'm sorry, he doesn't look like Hannah Montana to me. I already said he looks like Wrestling Macklemore. Now I need you to prove it better than me. For crying out loud, what the hell is wrong with you?
The Young Bucks ruined flippy dippies for Juan.
Yes, they did. In the chat,
Juancho just described what would happen if Powerhouse Hobbs got booked in XPW. Literal fire Hobbs.
Ow. Yeah, no, well, it would be a fire match.
No yeet! What's wrong with you, Justice?
No, he's yeeting now, and then he no yeets. What, make up your mind. Are you yeet or no yeet?
Yeah, man, flip a coin.
Yeah, for real.
So Javon Evans, of course, was able to hit an incredible comeback, hitting a great Hurricane Rana from the top turnbuckle. And then, go ahead. And continuing his momentum, he goes over to the top and hits a great frog splash, knocking out Shantae the Adonis, but only getting a 2 count.
Only a great frog splash, not a 5-star frog splash?
No, not a 5-star frog splash.
Man.
This ain't RVD.
Man. Yeah, he's not herbally infused enough.
Now, unfortunately, around this part of the match is where things get really chaotic at ringside, because Ethan Page jumped Ricky Saints, who is still on commentary. These two start brawling, and then the security personnel had to break it up, and Javon Evans yeeted himself and wiped out everybody on the floor, leaving Ashante the Adonis and Sean Legacy in the middle of the ring. And Sean Legacy hoists up Ashante, delivering the Burning Hammer to pin and win. Your winner and going to Battleground, Sean Legacy.
Shit. All right, good on him. Good for you. Okay. Although at the same time, that's also kind of like one of those things like, Javon, you kind of screwed yourself over by taking your eye off the ball in the match by getting involved with All Ego Ethan Page and Ricky Saints squabbling up in the commentary table there.
Yeah, exactly, man. You didn't have to yeet yourself. The security guys can yeet them for you.
Yeah, exactly. Shit. Well,
and hello, Hassan Terrell.
Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. We're doing great tonight. Thank
Hassan Terrell. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, Jose, but that's all right. He used to watch us over here a long time ago. It's been a hot minute. Good to see you again.
All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead and continue. And we hope you enjoy the Wrestle Rewind now, since the landscape of wrestling has changed drastically.
Yep, and we didn't even need that much Rock to Dwayne Johnson to change the hierarchy of it at all either.
Anyways, so let's get to the exciting match of the night, and the women's division takes over as Lola Vice takes on Fallon Henley.
Okay. So the badass booty baby and the queen of NXT Underground versus the Tampa-born bad bitch of the Fatal Influence.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how this shit rolls.
Of course. Let's do it. WWE Logan Paul sucks. Yes, he does.
Logan Paul sucks as a human being, period.
All right, so here we go.
That opinion of mine is not a big secret.
It's okay, Juan. Everyone shares your opinion. Now, that being said, getting to the match, so what started this match off was in an earlier backstage segment where Lola Vice was rubbing elbows and, just talking with Stephanie Vaquer, and then she runs into the Fatal Influence, and the Fatal Influence are, accusing her of trying to find the easy way to the women's championship picture, and Lola Vice took exception to that and told the Fatal Influence that they don't have any room to talk considering they screwed up last week.
So Lola Vice took it personally.
Yes.
Oh my God!
I mean,
what the fuck is wrong with you? Oh God! Listen, Fallon, you got a little bit of a size advantage over Lola Vice, but girl, please, I'm begging you, please, don't go picking fights. Don't go writing checks with your mouth that you can't cash with your ass. Because holy crap, Lola will eat you alive. Look at that fucking justice freaking submission hold. Yeah, see, K-Storm popped out of the tent just to take a look at Lola Vice's brutality on this.
Oh, but we have plenty more to talk about, Juan.
God damn. Also, let me see in the chat.
That's awesome. I played for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah,
and I'm happy for it.
Saying fans chant Legacy. I'm sure not only did Sean Legacy like hearing the pop up for him, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Ted DiBiase Jr. had to tear up. Well, Ted DiBiase Jr. could use a lot more joy in his life.
Where he's going, he's going to need more than that. Anyways.
Yeah, don't drop the soap, Teddy.
But unfortunately, the numbers game got the better of Lola Vice. Thanks to a little bit of help from JC Jane at ringside, Fallon Henley was able to regain control of this incredible match.
Okay, one thing. Where's Jasmine Nix in all this?
I have no idea. I don't know if she's either been fired or if she's injured.
She's not fired. I see that. I've seen her Instagram and all that stuff. She still has WWE stuff all over herself. And she would be part of and she's still part of this thing. So, from as far as I can tell, she's probably just out on injury or she's just out for a while.
Okay, in late May 2025, it was reported that Nix was sidelined for an undisclosed reason. Very sus.
Okay, that's a little weird, but sure. Let's see. Sadly, in Ted DiBiase Jr.'s case, he could tear up now for other reasons. Hopefully, he's not living out the movie Stoic.
All right,
that one scene in The Butterfly Effect. You remember when Ashton Kutcher rewrote his history and then he ended up in prison and he was somebody's prison bitch?
I don't need to know about Kelso's jail life.
Yeah, I know, but you remember that, right?
Unfortunately, yes. Thanks for reminding me, dipshit.
Thanks. No, anytime, Jose.
Yep. But Lola Vice was able to fight back against Fallon Henley, knocking her down here in the picture, hitting her comeback, and then she hits that Latina running hip attack, which, by the way, if you ask me, her hip attack is much better than Toni Storm's, my opinion.
How do you figure?
Because I'm a bigger fan of Lola Vice, I'm sorry. I'm biased.
Okay. Then just say I like Lola Vice better because I like Lola Vice.
Yes. And unfortunately, due to a miscalculation from JC Jane, because these two are totally best friends and not splitting up, Lola Vice took advantage of the miscalculation and hit a spinning back fist to pin and win. Your winner, Lola Vice.
Yay!
Yay!
So yeah, the queen of the NXT Underground has prevailed once again due to these two girls not knowing how to get their shit straight. Also, I can't believe that you made me look up the movie Stoic over here, Vicente Guerrero.
Because it's directed by one of the worst people on this planet.
Uwe Boll.
The guy who gave us and killed Blood Rain.
We could have had an excellent Blood Rain series of movies. It would have been fucking awesome. I mean, it's not that hard to do, but he fucking gets his hands on it and fucking wrecks it.
You are one of the reasons why video game movies sucked in the 2000s, Uwe Boll.
Like, the Assassin's Creed movie was alright, but nah. Son
of a bitch.
Bitch of a son.
But it was still a great match. I love Lola Vice. She's great in the ring.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming she celebrated with a booty dance.
Of course she celebrated with a booty dance.
Of course she did. Okay.
Yeah. Now, This one is 2-for-1 because we got a video packet. We got to hear from both contenders who will fight for the NXT Women's title at Battleground. First, we got an incredible training montage video package from Jordynne Grace.
Ooh, the thick mama pump, the muscle mommy original, the juggernaut Jordynne Grace. Oh my god, that's gonna be so yummy. I love it.
That's right. They showed a video of her like training in the weight room, and then you show videos of her in TNA.
Yes.
And
nothing like a good training montage.
Oh yeah, of course I love a training montage. What? Stop that!
Never!
Jesus! You weird man!
Yeah, and?
Moving on! So Jordynne Grace was able to say her piece, but so did the NXT Women's Champion La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer, in an interview. And she spoke in English and some parts in Spanish. Both Jordynne Grace and Stephanie Vaquer. Yes, so both Jordynne and Stephanie Vaquer actually have similar parallels. They both competed in Japan. They both competed in Mexico. They both competed in the independents. The only difference is that Stephanie Vaquer mentioned that she had a tryout for WWE a couple of years ago, but unfortunately she fell short of the mark and didn't exactly make it. So she had to go out in the world and make a name for herself before trying her hands with WWE again.
All right. Well, that actually makes perfect sense. I mean, like that's how you've got to roll with this kind of stuff. If you're not quite ready for the big leagues, you've got to show them. You've got to give them a reason to notice you. So
precisely, it's just like she said. She sweat, she cried, she bled. She also mentioned that that it's her hell and she's created it, and it took a lot of sacrifice, and she's gonna show Jordynne Grace on Sunday what her hell is like.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Oh god, so yeah, no, like okay, this is like a dream come true for me. Like ever since discovering Stephanie Vaquer and seeing everything that she's capable of, yeah, I've fallen in love, and it's fucking crazy. And at the same time, it's fucking what do you call it? It's excellence. Finally seeing thick mama pump, the juggernaut Jordynne Grace, wrestling in the big time wrestling in NXT for the WWE. It's gonna be phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to seeing the match afterwards and hearing all about everything as well.
Absolutely. Also, speaking of NXT, big shout out to the beautiful madness Julia, who fast-tracked her way to Friday Night SmackDown.
What?
She's now drafted to SmackDown.
She got drafted? What?
Yeah, it's weird.
What the fuck?
It's so weird.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
I know. It's so weird. Like, I don't know why WWE decided to just speed up the process for her.
I have no idea, but you know what? Here's hoping she doesn't just get lost in the shuffle. It'd be depressing if she did. In the chat, Christopher Just was asking, are we going to be live on Saturday night to watch WWE main event?
No.
Here's the thing. We are going to be live Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern for Los Amigos Play, and then 7:30 p.m. Eastern for the Ravens Flock. But we're not going to be live watching Saturday night main event.
Nah, bro. We got our own program to do. But we appreciate you asking. We are going to watch it, but we're not going to be reviewing it. I mean, unless we want to talk about it, because John Cena is going to be in Saturday Night Main Event.
Vicente was over here saying Uva Bowl had some great real-world subject-themed movies: Heart of America, Rampage 1 through 3, Attack on Darfur, and yes, still like Assault on Wall Street was great too. Sometimes, yeah. Like I'm over here. Like okay, well I'm gonna have to take a look at Assault on Wall Street. I've never heard of that movie before, but if it's good, if it really is good, I'll get back to you on it and I'll give you my take. I'm not. Never let it be said. I'm not a man of integrity. If I realize that if I made a mistake or if I can concede a point or something, I'll gladly do so, but only from an educated perspective.
No, it's all good, man. Don't worry about it.
Films in America, yeah, no, like it's the whole thing of how he fucking like made these fucking video game movies, made them as shit, and only made money through the back end by using a bunch of German national film credits. Programs in order to make back the money.
Yeah.
Which was such a bullshit way of doing it.
And he has no shame.
Well, he had no shame in using that using that apparatus. That's my big hang up on it. And like that's the number one reason why I'm not that big on Uwe Boll. It feels like a slap to the face of fans of video games and shit like that. I hope that makes sense.
No, it does. But now let's go over to the match of the night. Honestly, this one didn't do it for me. I watched it anyway, though. It's a match featuring Josh Briggs versus the leader of the Culling, Sean Spears. Hello, Mr. Quake. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Evolve is edited.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
I still like it.
A little. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a one-on-one contest between these two. And Sean Spears, of course, had the advantage because he had all of his members of the Culling at ringside. And Josh Briggs, he held his own pretty well, but he couldn't get past the numbers game. Like I said, this really didn't do it for me. It was just a standard singles match. Like, Sean Spears, of course, did some good high-flying moves to keep him grounded. And in the end...
Flippy or dippy?
Just flippy.
Okay.
A little bit flippy. But in the end of it all, the match came to an end when, with the referee's back turned, freaking Izzy Dame ran a big boot to Josh Briggs' head, allowing Sean Spears to roll up Josh Briggs to pin and win. Your winner, Sean Spears.
Naturally. Like, it's literally the fucking... It's literally just fucking, what do you call it? Just using the number advantage of his evil faction, the Culling, all over this shit. So, yeah, why should I?
And then after the match, the NXT Tag Team Champions, Hank and Tank, ran down to the ring and started brawling with the Culling. So, at Battleground, we're going to get a 6-man tag team match with the Culling versus Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs.
Shit.
Shit, indeed.
All right, well, here's hoping that they can manage their ways through it.
Exactly. All right, now let's get to the silly segment. I'm trying to take this seriously. I really am. But man, considering what we've talked about this guy since he made his debut in 2021 up until now, this is a challenge. Because it is a video package of the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo.
Oh my god, the font on his name and the title card is the Godfather font. Are you fucking kidding me? I was just kidding, you stupid bastards. What the shit? Why would you do this? No, don't put the hat on the hat. Come on, no. No, that's not how this is supposed to work. That's not how any of this works.
No, we milking this cow, paisano.
Oh my god.
We're gonna drain...
Boopity, beepity, boopity, pop. The Don of NXT is all over here and he stands alone and he's so scared and he's so concerned with how he's supposed to manage the family when Channing Lorenzo Stacks has betrayed him. Boppy boopy, beepity boopity pop.
Don't blame me.
I will always blame you.
It's not my fault. WWE did this.
It's literally in our employment contract. I get to blame you. I got it from Quark.
So Tony D'Angelo cuts a very serious promo, and I'm trying to take it seriously. And how he mentioned how how betrayal doesn't necessarily come from an enemy outside, but it comes from inside the family.
That's how betrayal works.
Yeah.
What, do you not know how betrayal works, Tony? Yeah, your enemy doesn't betray you because your enemy is already at odds with you. Betrayal comes from someone you already trusted. That's how it works. Do you not know how books work? Read a book. Read a book. Read a motherfucking book. Why?
So Tony D'Angelo continues, and he cuts this very fierce babyface promo on how he's going to make Channing Lorenzo pay for everything he's done to the D'Angelo family. How he took out Luca Crucifino in the middle of a random desert. How he terrorized the safe house of Adriana Rizzo, even though we went over there last week on NXT, and they never went inside the safe house.
It's heavily implied that that's her safe house, but we don't actually go anywhere in there. So $10 says that it's like fucking, what do you call it? That it's just like some employee from the performance center's house where they like just fucking borrowed their front lawn
Maybe.
or whatever.
But the point is, like, yeah, no, this is the promo basically to hype up his match against Channing Lorenzo at Battleground. And once again, I am trying to take this seriously, but man, I cannot, because all this shit that's been leading up to now, I've been laughing my balls off.
Just, like, it had to be this goofy. Like, yeah, we've got the Italian stereotypes all up and down this shit, but did it have to be this extra?
Christopher Justice, do you think that Cody Rhodes will come back to WWE? Oh, he will.
I thought he already did. No, wait, no, that was a freaking old video that I saw. My bad. Yeah, of course he is. He's just out on vacation.
Yeah.
After being champion for nearly a year and
performing every week
and doing the story, like fucking.
Like,
yeah, he's got a good vacation. He's got plenty of PTO built up.
Yeah, he's good. That being said, yeah, no, that's the segment. That's pretty much the segment. Man, they're really hammering it home, aren't they? They're gonna bleed this marinara sauce until there's no more.
Beepity boopity bop.
All right. Now, before we get to the main event segment, we do have a special honorable mention. It is a rematch from 2 weeks ago, where Kalani Jordan wants another shot at Sol Ruka, but has to once again go through Zarya.
Alright, so Kalani Jordan wants her hands back on the NXT Women's North American Championship. And Sol Ruka, like, it's not like Sol Ruka is being a heel in this fashion, in this instance, right?
No, Zarya is just being a very good defensive friend. Like, you want to get to her, you gotta go through me. Urgh.
Okay, so we are clear on this. What's her face? Sol Ruka, Zarya, and even Kalani Jordan, they're not really healing it up this time around. They're just
Kalani Jordan is just really, really, really determined to get her to get her shot. And in this match, she actually won. Like, yeah,
did she?
And sorry, creeps and psychos out there. No, there wasn't any feelings copped by Sol Ruka this time.
Yeah, sorry, no gropings. Like, okay. I'm the perv ball of the team over here when it comes to this stuff, and I will point it out, and I will Jerry Lawler puppies and kitties all over this place. Half of it for the fun of it, but like let's not be actual perverts. Let's not be actual creeps and cretins like that one psychopath that stalked. Who was it? What's her name? Shit, he broke into her house. She's on SmackDown. Brunette,
SmackDown. Who else was involved?
No, Jose, I'm talking about fuck, who was it? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm blanking on her name. Shit. She was friends with Liv Morgan for a while, wasn't she?
Okay. Ruby Riott? No, not Ruby.
No, not Ruby Riott, Jose.
Is this recent?
Yes, we spoke about it at length. Hold on, Harlem Lewis, Luther Reigns, what the fuck?
I don't know anymore, man. All right, well, anyways, I think we're getting way off track here. But the point is, this deserves an honorable mention. And now, Kalani Jordan has a chance to win back the NXT Women's North American Championship. Sonya Deville. And that's Mandy Rose.
Oh my god.
How do you confuse Mandy Rose with Liv Morgan?
No, I thought that Liv Morgan was friends with Sonya Deville for a minute.
In real life!
Whatever.
You're confusing real life with kayfabe, Watto.
Whatever. I'm fucking...
You're tired.
Yes, I'm tired. All right. Matthew Cobra's in the chat. Hey up, Matthew Cobra. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Yes, Neil Diamond love on the rocks. Ain't no big surprise. Sarah, let's see here.
Good advice from Juancho. Read a book ×3. Sad reminder of my dad throwing out all the books, wrestling magazines, wrestling, boxing, and hard rock.
That is so ratchet. I'm sorry if you sent it.
That sucks.
Harlem Lewis reminds me of Luther Reigns. That is all. Sonya Deville, I see. Yeah. Okay, now we get it. Okay, yeah.
Time to go right on track with the Breakfast Club bit. Ha! All right. Now let's get to the main event segment, and this is a special straight from NXT because this isn't no ordinary talkie segment. This is a musical segment, and it's split up in two segments. There is a live concert from the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry. And there's a rap performance by Trick Williams. And honestly, this is outside my wheelhouse. If I really wanted to cover this, I would need somebody who's very, very much inclined in music.
Shut up.
Okay, yeah. Hot tag to one.
For the record, this isn't how hot tags work, Jose. You don't ask for a hot tag. I demand it spontaneously, okay? Shit, move your sorry ass.
But you're not angry.
Yeah. But I'm frustrated at your sorry behind for not being musically enriched over here.
Well, I'm giving you a chance to talk.
Shut the fuck up and sit down.
I'm sitting here.
Sit over here.
But I want to
Sit over here. That way people can hear you on the other microphone. Hi there, folks. Juan Arouse here, one of the heads of the Ravens flock, tech guru of the team, host of the Black Files, and Jose's tag team partner here on Wrestle Rewind. So, since this was split up into two separate segments, this is how it actually worked out. First, we had the rap performance from Trick Williams, where Trick basically started it all off. What the hell did you do to my screen?
Nothing. Here.
That is not... There you go. Learn how to do things. Come on, man. Read a book, Jose. So, Trick Williams' entire rap was basically just boiled down to calling Joe Hendry an average Joe. Now, here's what's up. Two things. Number one, we need to work on the mic balance, like on the audio level balance over there at the Performance Center, because Trick Williams' vocals, due to compared to the audio track that he was rapping against, was a little bit lower, so it's a little bit harder to hear him over the music. And number two, as far as audio levels are concerned, we need to take the audio level of Booker T's microphone and turn it all the way down while Trick Willy Wonka's trying to throw it down.
It was hard to hear Trick's rap without Booker T.
Oh, yeah. I like it. Buddy, we get it. You've got a hetero crush on Trick Williams. He's your hetero soulmate. It's all right. You can say that stuff. We're in 2025. That kind of shit is okay to say. If that's not what's actually happening, and Booker T's literally just doing this shit just for kicks and giggles, then I don't know what to tell you. Booker T, you're an excellent wrestler. Yeah, see, you were gonna try to sit over here and goof off on the PS4 while I'm doing the segment, and I would have nobody to work the mouse over here and work the graphics with me.
Okay. Well,
yes, he's Booker-taining. Yes, we had ourselves some Booker-taining.
That's a good one. I like that, Matthew.
Trick Williams is Booker T 2.0. I don't see Trick Williams spinnerooning, so I don't think so.
I don't know.
Mr. Quake.
Was this one time he wore Harlem Heat colors over last year at Heat Wave. You know, that match where Ethan Page bumblefucked his way to the championship?
Yeah, seriously, that was an embarrassing victory for Ethan Page. I still don't know how he can live with himself. So, then at the main event segment of the show, we had Joe Hendry's musical performance, and his basically boiled down to also pulling up some old footage of back when Carmelo Hayes was in NXT, and Trick Williams was his sidekick, and they went through a fucking haunted house at from an amusement park or something.
Oh no, this
a
is
scare
back
house
in Halloween Havoc. I think 2021.
Okay, thank you. That's what was going on, and they had crazy shit popping up left and right. And the entire time, Trick Williams was screaming like a little bitch. And so the chorus of the song was basically everybody joining Joe Hendry and calling Trick Williams Carmelo's bitch. Mello's bitch. Mello's bitch. Mello's bitch. And it's funny because I don't know if it shows it over here in the photo that you got, but because you've got Joe Hendry with his guitar on one mic stand, he has his actual microphone. On another mic stand next to him is the TNA World Championship, but off camera, he's got another guitar propped up on there.
Yeah, he does. He has another guitar.
Okay. So remember this, folks. It will be important later.
just as the crowd was really getting into calling Trick Williams as Mello's bitch, Trick Williams decided to take exception to that. And that's when he tried to come in and try to beat up on Joe Hendry. It's like, whoa. This is what you got. The past doesn't matter. What are you doing calling stuff out from the past from a long time ago? That stuff doesn't matter. I live in the here and now. It was to show you why you're average Joe, why you're nothing. Why I'm going to take that title from you. I'm going to be the new TNA champion, and I'm going to beat you at Battleground. And so he decided to try to press the issue. But Joe Hendry was prepared.
Oh.
Joe Hendry was motivated. Joe Hendry was inspired. And he freaking hit Trick Williams in the legs with the second guitar.
Yeah, channeling the inner spirit of Jeff Jarrett, he el-kabonged Trick Williams in the knee.
Yep, it was the trick knee run or whatever?
Yeah, the trick shot.
The trick shot, there we go. Yeah, so instead of getting a trick shot, instead of throwing his knee into Joe Hendry's face, Joe Hendry countered with a guitar to the legs. Okay. I've taken arrows. I took an arrow to the knee once already. I've symbolically taken another arrow to the knee. And I couldn't be happier. But at the same time, I've never once heard of anyone taking an El Kabong to the knee. It ended up with, that was a smart move. It's almost as if, hear me out, they planned it that way.
Nonsense. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I can't, that's just a silly idea. I can't, obviously I can't be talking.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah, no, it is fucking Looney Tunes mess. But you know what? It's funny. It worked, and it ended with Joe Hendry motivating all of the folks at the Performance Center at NXT to chant along and stay motivated and to be inspired and at awe of the prestigious one, the local hero, Joe Hendry, the TNA World Champion.
Yay!
Tag in.
Fuck.
Yeah. Go get your butt. Push it.
Go get your ass pillow. You ass.
Oh boy. All right, so yeah, I'm with Juan. Joe Hendry definitely won this one. I mean, come on, man. You're going up against a guy who is known for his musical takedowns in the ring.
Yeah, oh god, you're right. Oh my god. That actually makes fucking sense. Joe Hendry has Bugs Bunny and Trick Williams is Daffy Duck. Oh my god.
That's a good one.
No, that actually fits. That actually fits in the dumbest fucking ways possible. Yeah, no, Joe Hendry, he is a fucking musical bard. He is a fucking trickster, a god of silliness. Yeah, my legs, oh my fucking god. So, go figure. That I guess that's how we ended NXT, yeah?
Yes.
Cool.
That is correct. And now...
No one can hear you.
That is correct, and now we're going to shift gears and go over to this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite!
And this is the go-home show of AEW Dynamite before their annual marquee pay-per-view event, Double or Nothing, which, again, is happening this Sunday in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yay!
And we start things off with an opening segment featuring two finalists of the men's Owens Hearts Foundation tournament, and they will be facing off in Double or Nothing. It's an in-ring segment featuring
the finals of the tournament, yeah?
Yep, the finals of the tournament. It'll be Will Ospreay, the aerial assassin, going one-on-one against Hangman Adam Page. Now, Juan, you and I, we got a chance to actually watch this together. I mostly watched it. You tuned in on a little bit of it, but in Will Ospreay's case, first of all, Will Ospreay, he actually brought beer to the ring to actually share with Hangman Adam Page. And then, but before they get to the cheers bite, Will Ospreay... Cheers, bruv.
He's a bruv, okay, is he?
Yeah, you're right. Before we get to the cheers, bruv, Will Ospreay actually spoke about how important this match is to him at Double or Nothing. He said that he petitioned with Tony Khan and the AEW Board of Directors.
There is no fucking Board of Directors! It's all just Tony! Don't go trying to make a thing that doesn't exist!
Stop making...
There's literally no board of directors at AEW. Why are you trying to say this shit?
Bruv.
It's not a thing that happens. Quit trying to make a thing happen that doesn't fucking happen, bruv. You silly moo cow man. Also, since AEW is apparently very fucking protective of their fucking photos, I can't show you the dumbest fucking, like, idiotic haircut out of Will Ospreay that I've ever seen in my fucking life. I'm not even trying to exaggerate, and I'm not trying to player hate. I'm simply saying that is a fuck ugly haircut. It's like, you know, actually, no.
Yeah, you can screen. You know, actually, you can split screen.
Yeah, I can split screen it over here. So.
It's okay, and you might want to try to zoom in as close as you can.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm up to here, Zay. Sue me.
All right, folks. I want you to pay very close attention. Unfortunately, this is as close as we could get.
All right, so here we go.
The guy to the right who is wearing the greenish baseball jersey, that's Will Ospreay. And look at his haircut.
Fucking what, bro?
But which
he's rocking the Karen.
The
Look at that.
Wait, why is it called the Karen?
It's a fucking side swipe over here. It's a fucking side swipe, Jose. It's a fucking side swipe. And it's like shaved all the way down on the one side. It makes it look like he's being a Karen waiting on the manager. It makes him look like an idiot. Now, Hangman Adam Page, everyone knows already I'm not the biggest fan of the hangnail. He already has a unfortunate haircut. Why the fuck is Will Ospreay trying to beat him and having an unfortunate haircut and winning at it? All right, so basically,
So their match is going to be the main event at Double or Nothing, and they argued about how this match is important to them. For Will Ospreay, it's a chance for him to finally ascend and to compete for the AEW World Title and to show everyone why he's the best wrestler in the world.
No, Jose, he said he's the best in the fucking world.
Oh yeah, the best in the fucking world. Sorry. Gee, I forgot the F word.
Because swearing automatically means you're not violating a trademark.
and he says that he wants to bring the title home. He wants to make his family proud. He wants to make his daughter proud.
And the whole time, Hangman is also saying, like, dude, I lost myself, and all this stuff is happening, and I've been obsessed with trying to get my hands on Swerve Strickland, and it's messed with me, and it's horrible. And I need to be able to look out in the mirror, look out and see myself and all this stuff. It was so unnecessarily hammy.
For Hangman Page, he feels like he needs to do this. He needs to win at Double or Nothing because he wants to bring happiness back to his family as well, and he needs it for himself, you know, because like Juan said, he had a pretty shitty year. He's done a lot of bad things, and he's never had a chance to win the AEW, and he's come up short in winning the AEW World Title more than once. And he needs this win. But this match is important for both these guys. And then Will Ospreay then points out to Hangman and Page that, Hangman and Page is the only one of the two who has successfully defeated Jon Moxley. And Will Ospreay, he needs to beat Hangman and Page to prove if he's good enough to face Jon Moxley for the AEW World Title.
Listen, as long as Jon Moxley is the AEW World Champion, as long as there isn't any bullshit that actually makes him have to relinquish the championship, the Moxley matches are all going to be the same. It's going to be dumb blood and guts shit. It's going to have a pointless interference with the White Bull Combat Clan. And it's going to end in a giant schmoz and Moxley somehow still the hardest and the baddest and the coolest and the toughest and the choking out is because he didn't tap out to the 7-Eleven guy at that one amateur jiu-jitsu tournament.
I don't know.
That didn't happen at all.
Nah, bro, that's just a random milksop who looks like him.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Wait, did you call him a milksop?
Milksop. But at the end of the segment, they both cheers with the beer. They both down their beers, and it ended on a mutual. It ended on the mutual note, on a respectful note, on a respectful note. So that's good.
Okay, here's the thing. These guys are trying to do storytelling. They're trying to do promo segments.
Yeah, and you can tell that they're giving it their all.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell.
Oh, okay then. Well,
What?
oh no, I was just waiting. I thought you were
going
gonna.
to say.
I thought you were gonna add more to it.
No, is the inflection in the tone of my voice with pure contempt and condescension not enough of a signal for you? Do I need to shoot a flare gun? Do we need to skywrite it?
All right,
Do I
let's
need
move
to
on.
email
No,
you?
no,
Do we need
no.
a memo?
Your
Smoke signal?
Listen, your
A
contempt for
telegram?
both these guys is enough.
You need a handwritten letter.
Let's move on.
Does it need to have my ring and signet sealed on it?
Idiot. Let's move on to the exciting match.
God damn it!
And this is a all-star trios match
Which is just a trios match with people in it.
Yes, we're featuring on one team. You have the AEW World Champion Jon Moxley,
How do we know if he doesn't have a belt on him?
the leader of the Death Riders, who's teaming up with Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, versus the teams of 2/3 of the AEW World's Trios Champions, Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Ops, representing the Ops, and Swerve Strickland.
All right, so
And yes, Juan, I do have photos of the match.
Okay, one thing. If Swerve Strickland was if it was so important for Hangman Adam Page to get his hands on Swerve Strickland within an inch of his life, would it now be the perfect opportunity?
Well,
for
no,
him to
because
try?
Hangman Adam Page is trying to be a better person. He's trying to move on, Juan. It's all about character development. Isn't that what you want out of wrestling? Character development?
Yes, I do. But come on, man, like fucking try.
Well, anyway, so getting into the match, the babyfaces get the early advantage thanks to Swerve Strickland. He's able to wrestle around circles around Matt Jackson. Matt Jackson tries to hit a super kick. Swerve is able to.
Swerve's not bald, right?
No, he's not.
Okay, why does it look like he's bald?
No, that's just that's
That's just the angle of where his head's at.
yeah, that's just the angle where his head's at.
Okay.
He's not bald.
All right, I see how it is. Okay, I see. Okay, so his hair is sort of like a dreadlock mohawk thing, right? It's
Precisely.
okay. I thought that, like, what the fuck happened? Why does he look bald?
No, you're good.
Because
You're
he's
good.
partly bald.
So Swerve Strickland is able to wrestle circles around Matt Jackson. He was able to do a little bit of a gator roll in the ring. I like how
Gator roll.
I like that's what it's called.
No,
I like
know, like gator roll, haha.
like he rolls in the ground and then he sets up, and I like how he sets up his opponent for an incredible like brainbuster suplex, and he's able to knock him out that way. But of
Okay.
course, Matt Jackson was able to kick out after 2.
Let me put it this way: if we were to take Zayana Rose or Dragon Fang or K Storm, have them loaded with the worst, like, hospital grade fucking sedative, the stuff that they put you under for surgery, and put them in the put one of them in the ring with Matt Jackson, they could wrestle circles around him.
I mean, well, when you say it like that, that makes it sound very stupid on Matt's end.
K Storm has a response to that.
Especially since it takes a lot of sedative to put me down.
Thank you, honey.
Okay, so
The point is, Matt Jackson's a fucking pussy. But that's just me.
So continuing with the momentum, I wish I had okay, I'm gonna get to this, but I want to get to the part that precedes this, because the babyfaces, they did have control of the trios match for a while. In fact, there was even a spot where both Swerve and Samoa Joe noped the Young Bucks when they tried to leap over the top rope.
Ha!
Yeah. And then Jon Moxley tried to get on it. He tried to do a suicide dive. He's stopped by Will Hobbs, who just stood there. And this is so stupid. He stood there and let Jon Moxley rake him in the freaking eyes, which made Will Hobbs lose his balance and fall off. Of course, Swerve caught him. And then Jon Moxley was able to hit his suicide dive before they cut to commercial break.
Okay.
Really?
but-
Dude, Powerhouse, you are bigger than this guy.
Okay, Hobbs, he would thank you for this later, but if Jon Moxley's getting that close to your face, you're allowed to bite off his nose at that point. He will thank you for it. Because, brother, you just made the match totally hardcore and crazy and badass. That's how this stuff's gonna look, and you made me look like a hardcore guy by biting off my nose. Yeah, no, like, listen, the fact that they're grappling with each other to rake Hobbs's eyes just for a suicide dive, like, listen, at that point. Why are you running back, running back to the far end of the ring in order to do a suicide dive from there? If you really wanted to knock the guys down, you could have springboarded yourself from that point and done a big crossbody and caught both Swerve and Hobbs that way. It's more economical in terms of movement. But no, John Moxley's got to get his shit in. He's got to show everybody how he's the king of the deathmatch and he's the rider.
That's right. Also, Hassan Terrell, that is correct. SmackDown's go-home show is tomorrow night, and TNA Wrestling's Under Siege is tomorrow night as well.
That's right.
All
right, so let's continue with the match over here.
All
also,
right.
Wait, Evolve has character development. MJF is Mickey Mouse for AEW, says Mr. Quake. Possible.
We'll get to him later. But also, minor segue, shout out to Darby Allin for successfully scaling the top of Mount Everest. He did it! He fucking did it!
Cool. Congratulations. Now come back down.
Yeah, no, he's
Get the fuck down already.
He's in the middle of his descent.
All right.
But I can't believe he actually, I know we joked about him, doing it, but he actually fucking did it.
All right. Congratulations. I'm impressed. He made it. And now he's got to make his way back down to civilization.
Oh man, it'd be really messed up if there was a Simpsons moment where we point to the flag on the top of Mount Everest and it's just a pole because the flag flew off. No! You remember that episode, right?
Yes, I do. I remember that episode. And no, it would have been worse if he ended up like what's his face, Preston Blake in the beginning of that Mr. Deeds movie.
No!
Frozen, stuck with a big shit-eating grin on his face. That would have been horrifying, but appropriate for Darby Allin. But yeah, congratulations on making it to the summit of Mount Everest. We're proud of you.
Darby Allin will be alive. He'll make his descent, and he'll be in the office to deliver everyone their Krispy Kremes. Let's go.
All right, yeah. Next thing.
All right, so continuing with the heel momentum, the Young Bucks show off their three-person chemistry against Swerve Strickland. They hit an incredible double Gabangiri / clothesline from the Young Bucks and Jon Moxley before the Young Bucks hit this move. It's really cool. Matt Jackson goes to the top rope. He does a body splash, and in the ring at the same time, Nick Jackson hits a standing moonsault, and they both collide, hitting Swerve Strickland. Unfortunately, Swerve was still able to kick out after 2 from that double move spot, but that is really cool. You could make the jokes you want about the Young Bucks, Juan, say what you want about them, but at least they're fucking acrobatic. I'm not going to say athletic, acrobatic.
Jose, I already say what I want about the Young Bucks. I don't care how athletic or acrobatic they are. They're shit human beings. And I'm not even talking about the characters. They are shit human beings.
I know, in person, because they fucked over CM Punk.
Amongst other things.
Yeah.
Hold on. Yeah, I forgot we're doing it this way. My bad.
No, it's okay.
Mr. Quake is saying now Darby Allin's going to hang out with either Riley Hawk or Bam Margera.
I'd rather him hang out with Bam Margera, but that's just me.
Yeah, we need more eyes on Bam.
All right, here we go.
Need people to watch Bam, for fuck's sake.
All right. Now, the babyfaces were able to regain control. They got the hot tag on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was able to run down all the members of the Young Bucks, and then they isolated Matt Jackson in the middle of the ring. Each person got a chance. Each person of the babyface team got a chance to wail in on Matt Jackson. You got Swerve Strickland hitting a kick to Matt Jackson's dome. You've got Samoa Joe hitting an incredible running elbow hit and plus enziguri, and then Powerhouse Hobbs hits a frog splash from the top turnbuckle. All 3 guys got their moves in. Matt Jackson was able to kick out after 2, but that was such a really cool moment from the good guys.
Okay. I'm fine with that whole sequence. Except for the thing of Matt Jackson kicking out, just plain kicking out after 2. I would imagine either Moxley or Nick Jackson would try to break up the 3 count. That would be a little bit more, like, shall we say, a bit more of a measured response. You can't just have a tiny little sack of shit human being like Matt Jackson kick out of 3 big guys doing aerial moves on you.
But don't worry.
It makes the moves look useless. It makes the big guys look ineffectual, and it makes the midget man look unreasonably resilient.
Well, because the Young Bucks is such a big threat.
No, they're fucking not! Like, splash some lukewarm coffee at them, they'd fucking disintegrate. For crying out loud.
Now, as we get closer to the finish of the match, like Powerhouse Hobbs showed off a lot more of his strength and hit spine busters on all the members of the Young Bucks. Wait, not yet. We'll cut to that in a bit. And then we get to the match finish where Samoa Joe gets freaking like John Moxley away, locks in a coquina clutch, and Matt Jackson is left all alone to Swerve Strickland as Swerve hits his finishing move to pin and win. Your winners, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Swerve Strickland.
Yay! The team that makes sense to win won.
Unfortunately, we have sore losers because after the match, the Death Riders come in.
What's Hornswoggle doing down there? Oh wait, that's just Wheeler Yuta.
Ha!
No, seriously, the fucking beard and the hair and fucking shit. Like, I'm over here thinking that's still Impulsal for a second. But I'm like, no, wait, that's just fucking Wheeler Yuta.
It's Wheeler Yuta being Wheeler Yuta, being the worst, being a really ugly, disgusting copycat of. I was gonna say copycat Charles Manson, but yes.
No. You can't copycat Charles Manson.
Well, CM Punk did in 2010.
No, I said you can't copycat as.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the Death Riders and the Young Bucks laid in on the beatdown on the baby faces. We got Katsuyori Shibata who tried to help out. He tried to get a few hits on Claudio Castagnoli, the man who put him out a couple of weeks ago. But the numbers game was still against the good guys. Marina Shafir hit a low blow onto Katsuyori Shibata. Willow Nightingale made her way down to the ring and fought Marina Shafir. And then we got Kenny Omega joining in on the fray and helping out the good guys. And then in this brilliant moment here, Kenny Omega hits the V-trigger on Matt Jackson. He tried to go for the one-winged angel through the table, but Claudio literally picked up Matt Jackson and carried his ass out of there.
What? It's just literally like, I do not think so, brother. And the fucking Yodelay who fucking grabs fucking Nick Jackson. This one's Nick Jackson, right?
Matt Jackson.
Okay, so it's Matt taking all this shit. Oh, we gotta make sure that Nick looks really strong? Is that what's going on? What, Nick can't take a licking? What the fuck?
I don't know.
No, it's like, okay, I'm not saying that we should pick on Matt Jackson less. By all means, this is hilarious to me.
Yeah, he's the worst of the two.
Yeah, but at the same time, does Nick Jackson just not get any heat? Is he bad at it? Does he not know how to take beatings?
I think it's more of they recognize
equally beaten up is my thing.
Well, I was gonna say I think it's more like they recognize the fans will pop more for Matt Jackson getting his ass kicked more than Nick Jackson. But whatever. Maybe that's just me. That's just me putting too much stock into this. But anyways. So and then
can only dream so hard.
And after what's his face, and after the Death Riders and the Young Bucks ran for the ran for the hills, Samoa Joe cut a scathing promo calling them out and saying that they're not done with them and they're going to be hunting them tonight.
So
we're going to come back. We're going to circle back to this.
So for the rest of the night, the Ops and Kenny Omega fucking are prowling through the arena to look for the Young Bucks and the Death Riders so that they can...
And Willow Nightingale.
Oh yeah, and Willow's with them too, because, we gotta have a girl face off of the girl, because Marina Shafir never attacked a man. Yeah, fucking...
Alright, let's move on. Alright, now let's get to the exciting segment, and this one is the official contract signing for the newest member of the Hurt Syndicate.
Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
MJF.
All right, Millhouse made it into the Cool Kids Club. Congrats.
Yeah. Well,
nice going, Millhouse. Maybe now Lisa Simpson will marry you.
Oh, my God.
Ah! Fuck off, Maxie. I got you, bitch.
first we're joined by the Hurt Syndicate. We got MVP and the AEW World Tag Team Champions Shelton Benjamin and Boy Bobby Lashley.
All right. So
They recapped how last week they made their decision. They gave it all thumbs up. They're in agreement that MJF is joining them. They got their attorney out there for the paperwork. MJF comes down and he's wearing a very nice, luxurious looking like black suit with like gold patterned going on here. Like he's really flaunting the Hurt Syndicate colors.
Oh, the black and gold shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like watching a rich version of Sami Zayn trying to join the Bloodline.
Okay. All right. First off, that kind of tracks. Secondly, except the Bloodline has twice as many people as the Hurt Syndicate. But more importantly, Sami Zayn was already endeared to both to Jimmy Uso and to what's his face, to Paul Heyman, and even Solo. And even a little bit to Roman, and it was only Jey Uso who had problems with him.
Yeah, and in this case,
here it was literally okay.
MJF was also endeared to MVP and Shelton Benjamin, and the holdup was Bobby Lashley.
No, I remember that. I'm simply saying over here that Benjamin and MJF were they were on board with him right off of the start. It took Sami Zayn a little bit of time to be able to rub up to each member of the Bloodline. It's not like we had any segments where MJF was trying to butter them up backstage, where because you remember how that one night MJF got them a set of escorts.
Yeah, yeah.
I would imagine that would have been something that would have worked out little by little over the weeks and stuff. Where hey, I know that this town is a total trash. However, there's this one club over here, a friend of a guy that I know.
He tried many different ways to bribe the Hurt Syndicate, but ultimately Bobby Lashley wanted MJF to prove that he could hurt people, and he did prove that.
Yeah,
so
by beating up, who was it that he beat up again?
Top Flight,
yeah.
He beat up two guys. So that being said, we get to the promo segment. MJF gets on the mic, first of all he runs down, of course, the town that they're in for Dynamite, so to get some town heat. So and then
hometown heat, yep.
Not hometown heat, but just town heat.
Yeah, Mr. Quake. Everyone in the Bloodline's a black person. They're all black Samoan mix over here, man.
Yeah, bruh.
Except for Paul Heyman.
No, he's just very incredibly tan.
Yeah, I know.
Unless he's scared shitless by Jacob Fatu and the Tongans.
In which case, all his fake tan rubs off, the hair dye rubs off, and his hair goes white, and he has extra bags under his eyes.
And he has the worst case of existential crisis.
Exactly, yeah.
But getting back to the Hurt Syndicate, so MJF, he gets on the mic, and he talks about how he's excited to sign the Hurt Syndicate, and now he made a joke about, I don't know if it was about his mom or not, saying his mom taught her something, but I bet that bitch never signed a contract to join the Hurt Syndicate. Yeah, they didn't like that. So they signed the contract. Everything is all hunky dory, and that's where the segment ends. I mean, nothing bad happened.
I could have.
Oh yeah, no. Wait. No. I had a brain moment here. Then they were interrupted by the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, the Sons of Texas, a.k.a. the Natural Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara.
Okay,
throughout the entire portion of this, Dustin did all the talking, which sucks for Sammy because I'm sure Sammy wanted to get in a few words of his own, but I don't know if the fans have warmed up to Sammy again.
Probably not.
Probably not. So Dustin Rhodes gets on the mic, and then he talks about, how he's been in the business for a long time, and that MJF is just a stupid son of a bitch, and when he's... Yeah, and they have a challenge against the Hurt Syndicate at Double or Nothing for the AEW World Tag Team titles.
And if I'm not mistaken, Bobby Lashley actually had one extra condition for MJF. Am I right?
What would that be?
No, I'm over here double checking here. And yes, I'm double checking on the fucking website. Sue me. I could have sworn that there was some sort of condition, that appearing to having had a brief word with the Hurt Syndicate's attorney, Lashley signed. Let me see here. There's nothing to do with regulated. Yeah, no, I thought for a fact. Let's see here. Yeah, no. Rollins hates his guts and Max right now.
Nah.
Okay, no. I
But
could have sworn that there was something in there that happened.
But-
Like they're like, oh, if they put MJF on notice, like, listen, you fuck up even once and you're out, or kind of thing.
Oh no, that's something they discussed among themselves.
Ah, okay, I see.
But that being said, Dustin Rhodes did cut a very fiery promo. He dared the Hurt Syndicate to try to hurt him because there's nothing they can do that bigger and frankly better monsters have already done to Dustin Rhodes. And between him and Sammy Guevara, they bring fire, they bring passion, they bring desire, and they're coming after the AEW World Tag Team Championship.
And Sammy Guevara brings something else that that Dustin Rhodes doesn't.
Controversy?
Fuckboy energy.
Fuckboy energy. Yeah, well, I mean, have you looked at his face? Blah!
Yeah.
He doesn't even do that anymore.
Yeah, because it's fuckboy energy, and he figured it out.
Ah, well,
So good on old Maxi boy. Good on him for making it to the Hurt Syndicate. Congratulations.
wait, Juan, you skipped over. You skipped one.
No, that's what I said.
Oh yeah.
MJF getting in on the what do you call
That's
it?
what I
On
meant.
the into the Hurt Syndicate. God help you.
I know, right? Now let's get to the match of the night. And this is a match featuring the five-tool player, that is Anthony Bowens, going up against Ricochet, who is better at scissoring.
Okay, what? No, don't tell me that was actually something they were wrestling over. Is that just something that you pulled out of your ass? Please tell me
Nope,
that-
they brought it up in a backstage segment with Renee Paquette. Like Ricochet was talking about.
What?
It was stupid.
Oh, come on, Anthony! I loved how he scissors. And I miss the acclaimed scissor me daddy ass. I miss this. I miss scissoring with daddy ass. But, like, don't lower yourself to freaking Twitter thumbs, Ricky. For fuck's sake. Oh my God.
Hey,
Ricky,
come on,
don't
you're
lower
better
yourself-
than that.
Yeah, no, for fuck's sake. Like Ricochet over here, he's got to love Lucy. And make sure that Samantha is wearing a red wig for some reason. So he can love Lucy. I'm trying to... Oh, whatever. It's a Desi Arnaz. I saw a thing about them. They were a wonderful couple. Anyway, let's get to the match.
All right. So at the beginning of the match, Anthony, like, I really didn't care much for it because number one, yeah, no, the whole scissoring shit ruined it for me. And number two, like,
No, they're almost ruining scissoring by including Ricochet with his fucking thing of I'm gonna
Golden
stab
scissor,
you with
yeah.
golden scissors. Fucking what?
yeah, Anthony Bowens did wrestle circles around Ricochet in the early about a bit of the match until they got on.
He's talented.
Yeah, and until Bowens and Ricochet got onto the ring apron, and then Ricochet shoves Anthony Bowens shoulder first onto the ring post, and then Ricochet took over the match from there. Of course, Billigan was also at ringside, cheering on for his friend Anthony Bowens because fuck yeah, daddy ass,
Yay, daddy ass.
yay, daddy ass. Ricochet kept the pressure on Anthony Bowens until Anthony Bowens was able to fight back and hit a really good comeback. But with the referee unfortunately distracted, Ricochet pulls out his fucking golden scissors from under the ring, stabs Anthony Bowens in the head with it, and then hits his new finishing move, which I forgot what it's called, but it's like a running basement sliding forearm to Anthony Bowens to pin and win. Your winner, Ricochet. And then after the match, he was taunting, he was talking shit in front of the camera until he was jumped by Mark Briscoe, who showed up from behind him, and he brought in a stretcher, and he beat the shit out of Ricochet to end the post-match segment. Ricochet has a stretcher match against Mark Briscoe at Double or Nothing.
Okay, so that explains that. Dear Lord, what they like. Okay, if the size difference was sufficient for it, I know it's not because like Ricochet isn't that much smaller from Jack Briscoe, but if he was, then it would have been hilarious if we got to do that thing where just like how Big Show had Rey Mysterio on the stretcher board and
Swung him at the ring post like a stickball bat.
Exactly. Yeah. It would have been funny if that's possible, but it's just logistically not between Ricochet and Briscoe. It'd be funny if it did though. Truthfully, I'm rooting for Briscoe at this one.
Same.
Let's see in the chat over here what we can not only run, don't wrestle with scissors. Yeah, exactly, Matthew Coburn. It's so fucking weird. In a Hurt Locker, you're right. Let me see here. Matt, yeah, bruv, why are you wearing a bra, bruv? I'm not wearing a bra, brah. I'm not your guy, friend. I'm not your friend, pal.
I thought Samoans were Asian, so technically they are of a Polynesian descent.
Yeah, it's a Polynesian area. And no, Roman is not Italian and Samoan, is he?
No.
No.
Roman Reigns is just Samoan. He is from the Anoa'i family. He is the direct son of Sika Anoa'i.
All right, so he's got that pure blood in him.
Exactly.
Right.
Now, as for my opinion on Ricochet, I still like him as a performer. It sucks that he's not doing as much flippy moves that he did in WWE, but I think that's part of his...
Do, Jose.
Yeah, in his heel persona, he is embracing more of his heel side in the ring, and I like that. That's good. And as for his behavior on Twitter, remember the famous words, Juan, don't feed the trolls.
Yeah, because that's all Ricochet really does for himself. He's a troll online. You can stop that.
Okay.
Vicente Guerrero, Mr. Quake. I remember going to New Mexico. Yes, Quake. It's empty and mostly desert. Still, I miss Roswell, New Mexico. That CW canceled after 3 seasons.
Ah.
Oh no, there was an old ass
animated.
No, the WB drama, teen drama, mystery drama called Roswell. You don't remember that? We were kids.
Vaguely.
And let's see, Ricochet is at least creative by making actual scissors his foreign object of choice. I'm not your buddy. Yeah, that's what I was going for there.
I remember a really, really old animated series that we watched that night at the WWE called Invasion America. Where it was revolving around a kid who discovered he's an alien.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That was very weird.
Yeah, see, here it goes. 1999, apparently. Let me actually...
Wow.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was, it started in 1999 and ended in 2002. And there was a different one called Roswell, New Mexico, which is like a reboot. And that one also ended in only 3 fucking seasons, so go figure.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Oh, well. Anyways, so getting back to it. So thankfully, the good news is there were no awful in-ring or backstage promo segments. Now, before we get to the main...
Not even, discussion between... Anthony Bowens and Ricochet backstage with Renee
That
Paquette.
doesn't count.
How does that not count? Well, yeah. No,
that's to set up the match.
Whatever.
But we can make it the unofficial. Now, we do have an honorable mention, and that is another face-to-face with 2 other finalists in the female bracket of the Owen Hart tournament. Mercedes Moné, the champion of everything, will face off Jamie Hayter at Double or Nothing.
To determine who wins the women's Owen Hart Cup.
That's right, and this
championship, whatever, tournament, belt.
This interview was poorly moderated by Renee Paquette, who didn't even try to keep the peace. No, Jamie.
What are we paying you for, Renee?
Yeah, I know.
I was like, you can't hold these 2 women at bay. Like, what are you even here for? God damn it!
Jamie Hayter spoke passionately on the mic, saying that she's always been a fighter. She's always been the odds have always been against her. She's always been the underdog, and she's going to keep fighting no matter what the odds are. And she wants to fight the real Mercedes Moné that's underneath all this glamour and all this bling and all this bullshit. And Mercedes Moné got on the mic and she cut her usual shit, saying like, I'm the standard, I'm the conversation, I'm the revolution. Yeah, and all that bullshit. And then
I legitimately can't believe that she said on a fucking live stream on her fucking Instagram, or was it TikTok, she literally said, sometimes in life you just gotta be a hoe. And I'm like, Mercedes, what the fuck, woman?
You're an idiot.
No, that's not even idiot. That's just like, what the fuck? Seriously.
Then Jamie Hayter got on Mercedes' nerves by calling out, saying like, oh, she's looking a little lighter. Oh, I know why. Because she no longer has the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Women's Championship anymore. Because she lost it. And that's what set off Mercedes Moné, and these 2 women has fight with Jamie Hayter getting the better of Mercedes Moné, reversing the bank statement and hitting the Haterade to knock her ass down.
Yeah, she's gonna lose.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry. No, like it's literally, I don't see any way that Mercedes Money is gonna make herself look bad for anyone on a pay-per-view, or make herself job off in a way that protects her image or whatever. Like, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, like, seriously, like, why are we going so hard to protect Mercedes Moné? She can handle a loss. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like,
But she's
I
having
no,
so
no,
much
you know
fun,
what I think they're doing? I think I know what they're doing. They're trying to wipe away the history of Jade Cargill's undefeated streak as TBS champion by having one in the form of Mercedes Moné. Great! That's a great message. Instead of having a wrestler you were trying to develop as a homegrown AEW talent, you're replacing her with someone who's already established.
And someone who, despite having more years in the business, kind of wrestles not as well as Jade Cargill.
And who rides on a very egotistical high horse.
All right, so shall we get to the main event here?
Yes, let's get to the main event. It's a one-on-one contest with timeless Toni Storm, the AEW Women's World Champion in commentary, as Mina Shirakawa takes on Julia Hart.
Yes, the H Cup gravure superstar Mina Shirakawa versus Julia. What the fuck was Julia doing again?
Well,
She used to be in a bad guy faction.
she was part of the House of Black,
House
but
of
then
Black.
Aleister Black left for WWE, and now they're called the Hounds of War. Or the War Dogs. I think they're called the Hounds of War.
And she's still in and part of that?
Yes, she's part of it with Brody King and Buddy Matthews, the only members that have stayed behind. That stayed behind, and yeah, she's wrestling Mina Shirakawa, and these two women put on a pretty good contest, by the way. Julia Hart channeled her inner Undertaker, tried to go for old school. Mina Shirakawa was able to reverse it. She does a little bit of a sexy dance while doing it. I mean, after doing it to get on Julia Hart's skin. And I have a few pictures of the match from this contest, Juancho.
Oh, you do?
Yes, indeed. Especially this part where Mina Shirakawa goes on the top rope and she does a little sexy dance of her own before hitting her knee drop onto Julia Hart's face.
Oh my god. Okay. That's how you do it. Alright. Fuck yes, thank you.
Fuck yes, thank you indeed. Now,
hold on, let me see here. Here she comes now saying money, money. Song popped into my head. God dang it, Matthew. Tony Khan is petty. Blame Snoop Dogg. Mina's AEW's Julia. That kind of works.
I guess.
Let's see here.
What?
Julia Hart versus Scarlett. That would be cool.
Eh.
Jamie Hayter has the wrong last name some days. I could be a hater of a beautiful redhead like her. Ha.
Ha.
Cool.
So anyway, so these two women continue the pressure on each other. Julia Hart was able to regain control. She tries to lock in a submission hold onto Mina Shirakawa. Shirakawa was able to reverse it, and then it's so intricate. Like, she locks in a very uniquely positioned roll-up pin to actually clinch the victory over Julia Hart. Like, yeah, it was a roll-up, but it was like uniquely done. Like, I can't describe it, but it looks cool. So your winner by roll-up, Mina Shirakawa. And then afterwards, she got beaten down by not only Julia Hart, but also Sky Blue, who's still best friends with Julia Hart. And then timeless Toni Storm ran to the ring, and both Mina Shirakawa fought off these baddies until they turned the attention towards each other. They had a little brief moment here where they played tug of war with the AEW Women's World title before Mina Shirakawa channeled her inner Bret the Hitman Hart from 1997 and locks in the figure four leg lock on the ring post onto Toni Storm.
Wait, what's this? Oh my fucking god!
Like I said, channeling the inner spirit of Bret the Hitman Hart.
Oh god, Luther, her personal assistant. I saw the clip of it, and he was flailing his hands around like, "Oh my god, please no, please somebody help, dear me, oh my!" It was ridiculous. Why aren't you breaking them up, you silly Aubrey Edwards? Why aren't you physically trying to get them off of them? Why are you just standing there? What are we paying you for?
I think she even realizes that referees can get their asses kicked by these lady wrestlers. Remember that one referee Remember the one referee from NXT?
Yeah.
He got scared of the women's wrestlers. He didn't want any of that smoke.
No, but we see the ops are dishing out the smoke to the young fucks.
That's right. The Young Bucks tried to get out of the building, tried to get out of Dodge, but they were cut off by the ops. And then, of course, the Death Riders joined in on the brawl. They brawled backstage until eventually they took the brawl back onto the stage in front of the crowd. And yes, you could call this a Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl.
Pier 6 brawl. Pier 6.
Like it's just dumb whenever the Young Bucks are involved. But yeah, no, Pure 6 Brawl, yay! Like seriously, I'm not that gigantic on having these big ass one giant ass team versus another. Like my limit usually is hit whenever there's a War Games match or a Survivor Series match where it's 5 against 5 in tag eliminations. But like this just feels a little much for me. But that's literally just me, though. Okay, so here's
Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega
And he's
choking the life out of
Matt Jackson.
It's still only Matt.
I thought you'd be happy that Matt's getting punished.
But why isn't Nick catching any heat? Let him suffer too, as much as his brother. They both suck and they need to have violence on them.
The Young Bucks are.
See Mina Shirakawa still with AEW being used semi-decent. I worried Mina would leave Cismore May could be going away.
Nope, because Mina Shirakawa is officially all elite, according to Tony Khan. As for this segment here, so yes, the Young Bucks are keeping their hands busy with Kenny Omega. Powerhouse Hobbs is brawling with Claudio Castagnoli. Wheeler Yuta is doing fuck all, and Jon Moxley is getting choked out by Samoa Joe, or rather he was, until Gabe Kidd from New Japan Pro Wrestling showed up again to tip the odds in the favor of the Death Riders and the Young Bucks, and the whole beatdown segment end. Yep. Go ahead and share it. With the Young Bucks going to the top rope and laid out Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland with simultaneous body splashes through the table. And that's where the show ends.
Nope, not doing it. No, I'm over here and my mind is...
You can't handle it.
No, I can't. I really can't. I cannot. This is fucking terrible. This is fucking terrible.
Oh no.
But you know what?
No one knows what they're doing.
That was for you, Mr. Quake.
Oh my god. All right, let's go ahead and move on then. Let's wipe our hands clean. Let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of TNA Impact.
All right, so like you mentioned over here, Jose, in less than 24 hours, TNA Impact's going to be at the Great White North, and they're going to have themselves a dandy old time in the form of TNA Under Siege.
That's right. They're heading up to, I think it's called Brampton, Ontario, Canada, and this is their final TV taping over in Los Angeles, California.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. No, you don't gotta be sorry. No, like, I hit that. No one knows what they're doing for you.
Yeah, I know. You ain't gotta be sorry.
You ain't gotta be sorry.
It's all good. In the neighborhood.
Zilla Fatu versus Solo Sikoa. I don't know. They're both equally crazy. So how do we start off Impact tonight?
We start things off with a one-on-one encounter featuring Mustafa Ali versus Ace Austin.
All right, inevitable Ace Austin, Bullet Club up in the house, along against the not politician now who can't politic his way into a championship match anymore.
That's right.
He's gone evil and whatever.
Now, Ace Austin, of course, once again, he's wrestling hurt, still cradling the midsection from his beatdown from last week. So he's finding a little bit of a disadvantage against Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, of course, has the numbers game against Ace Austin. So, and Mustafa Ali is using that to his advantage. Mustafa then at one point tries to go for the 450 splash. Ace Austin was able to roll out of the way in time, thank goodness. And then Mustafa Ali tries to beg off, and even Tasha Steelz, who's part of the political campaign group, like, they try to beg off against him, like, no, don't beat him up. And then Tasha Steelz throws herself in front of Ace Austin. Ace Austin shoves her aside, and then Mustafa Ali attacks the leg from behind Ace Austin, locks in a leg lock submission hold, and forces Ace Austin to tap out. Your winner by submission, Mustafa Ali.
Yo, no, that's how you know that they're bad guys. Like, you normally, Mustafa Ali and Ricochet are flippy dipping all over themselves, but now they're using ground moves and submission based moves. So that's how you know that they're bad guys.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, Mustafa Ali, he's been used to being booed in his entire wrestling career. In fact, I remember I saw an old video from when he competed in the Cruiserweight Classic in 2016 that when he showed up at WWE, immediately they started booing him. Not because of any character, but because of his heritage.
Seriously?
They booed him because he's of Pakistan descent.
Because he's Pakistani?
Because he's Pakistani.
Is that really it?
That's what he said in the interview. Like he's used to being booed. He's used to being labeled as the bad guy just because of or just because of his nationality. You know, despite the fact that he was born in Chicago, Illinois.
Buddy, don't try to make yourself into Muhammad Hassan unironically. Please.
No.
The last thing we need is for his private security guys to them, instead of being Secret Service, to them being surprise, they're terrorist groups and they do a terrorist attack on The Undertaker. We had that once already. It didn't work the first time. God damn it. That garbage match from Dynamite looked almost like every match from Total Psychotic Wrestling, now TPW, Total Pro Wrestling, said Vicente Guerrero. Yeah, it's just it's just the fact that we have all the bodies running around everywhere this way. If we're like, it just feels like more fucking people that need to be involved. That's literally just me and my brain, but that's just my opinion.
No, I understand.
I digress. Mustafa Ali, he's not going to be pulling that racial card anytime soon.
I hope not.
God, I hope.
But now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and this is a tag match, player.
Holla, holla!
The team of First Class, featuring AJ Francis and Casey Navarro, takes on the team of the Death Machine, Sami Callihan and Mike Santana.
All right, people have been getting behind Santana in the hardest way. He's on fire in TNA, and thankfully he's flame retardant, so he's just burning around, and I lost the metaphor. Point is, he's over.
No, it's all good.
And
they also had O'Shea Jackson on commentary with what's his face with.
Really?
Yeah, because last week he was disrespected by First Class in their talk segment.
Okay. O'Shea Jackson Jr. In the Impact Zone, running commentary, spitting game on these guys.
Also, apparently, he does his own wrestling podcast.
Yeah, that I knew.
Okay, good. So anyways, so First Class, they start things off with Casey Navarro in the ring, and he's getting shit canned by Sami Callihan, and then he tries to...
It's not that hard. I mean, look at the little guy.
I know, right? And he also gets shit canned from Mike Santana, especially in the part where he's backing up like right behind Santana, and Santana's standing right behind him. He's like, "Oh no, oh man," and Santana's like, "Oh yeah, you gonna get this smoke."
Oh yeah, oh jeez. Oh yeah, and oh man, oh jeez.
Oh jeez. Yeah, no, Casey Navarro got his ass kicked by both the baby faces. Even at one point, he was like tossed out, he was thrown out of the ring, but AJ Francis caught him because he's such a nice friend. Yep. And then when we get back from commercial break, First Class, we're working over at Mike Santana, trying to keep him grounded. And then eventually, Mike Santana was able to break free of the odds, tags in to Sami Callihan. Sami Callihan and both Mike Santana work as a unit to take out First Class. Mike Santana hits the rolling buck 50 onto Casey Navarro before going outside and doing a barrel roll tope, knocking out AJ Francis at ringside, which is awesome.
Shit.
Hell yeah. But unfortunately,
favorite singer.
That's a loaded question.
Dave Grohl.
Man, am I?
Well, he's more a musician and songwriter and everything.
I'll have to get back to you on that later. And by later, I mean never, because I really don't have an answer.
There's also Kendrick Lamar. Sabrina Carpenter's got earworms for days. Let's see here. There's Sophie Powers. She's relatively new, and she's like hyper pop punk, like cyber pop style.
Okay.
You know, so but that's as far as I'm gonna go. Oh, you like Jelly Roll, says Christopher Justice.
Ha.
Okay.
But unfortunately,
I like croissants.
But Mike Santana was taken out at ringside thanks to AJ Francis. He was distracted, and Casey Navarro was able to get the upper hand on Sami Callihan, and he was able to pin him in the middle of the ring. Your winners, unfortunately, First Class. Fuck indeed. But it was an entertaining tag match, nonetheless. Mike Santana will be fighting AJ Francis at Under Siege tomorrow night.
All right, let me take a look over here. Mustafa Ali getting booed by WWE crowds due to nationality is nothing new. Early heel run Drew McIntyre had what chance every promo, and he still had his heavy Scottish accent back then.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right. Oh
Man,
my
do you
God.
remember Drew McIntyre when he was in his early years?
Oh my fucking
Before he
God.
bulked up?
Yes, I remember that. But it's more like, oh my fucking God, this guy, you thought his bulk was hard now. Back then, he was almost unintelligible.
Precisely. All right, but now let's get to the exciting segment of the night, and I thought that I was going to hate it. I really thought I was going to hate this, but I was proven wrong. It is the in-ring debate with Robert Stone and Santino Marella, the TNA Director of Authority, and both of them are accompanied by, originally Robert Stone was going to be accompanied by Tessa Blanchard, but instead he was accompanied by Victoria Crawford, a.k.a. Alicia Fox from WWE.
Who's also the assistant director of the Knockouts division or something? What
No,
is it?
she's the Director of Operations.
Director of yeah, fucking what?
Yeah, and Santino Marella had his daughter, Ariana Grace,
Yep.
the liaison from NXT.
Yeah, the official ambassadoress of NXT, the beauty pageant queen.
I honestly
Oh,
thought
did she drop the beauty pageant shit?
No, well, she still had her sash.
Okay, I'm just saying, like, because I'm looking at the outfit over here, it's much more casual than the little, like, queenie little...
No.
looking shit.
She may not have worn the tiara, but she still had the sash. Now, Santino Marella spoke first, and he spoke passionately about how he started off in TNA, how things were disorganized when he got to the company, how things were in complete disarray, and how things are run better thanks to him and the fans. And he also thanks the fans for supporting him. And then when Robert Stone got a chance to talk, like, he didn't talk, he was yelling the whole damn time. Like, he was nonstop yelling. I'm like, dude, calm down. He's right there.
Yeah, except no.
Yeah, no. Robert Stone was yelling at Santino Marella, calling him a bad authority figure, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't sound good from Robert Stone. And, no, Santino Marella was able to fire back from it. And, of course, he called Robert Stone a son of a bitch while doing it.
Not a son of a gun.
Not a son of a gun. But no, it was still a very fun segment. And then, of course, it ended in a big, it started, like, the pull-apart happened when Tessa Blanchard attacked Ariana Grace from behind. And then
she swapped out for Victoria Crawford just so that she can be racist against Italian girls.
Yes.
Will her racism never end?
I know, right? So, while that's happening, Robert Stone and Santino Marella got a chance to brawl in the ring. They brawled at ringside, and then both Victoria and Tessa Blanchard ganged up on Ariana until the TNA Knockouts World Champion Masha Slamovich showed up to even the odds. She first knocked out Alicia Fox, and then they brought a table into the ring, and then Masha Slamovich then tried to powerbomb Tessa Blanchard through the table, but the table would not break. So they set up the table on the corner. Masha Slamovich tried to do a Death Valley driver on Tessa Blanchard, but once again, the table didn't break.
Like, the segment itself was fine. It made sense, and it put over the babyface authority figure here, and hopefully, like, by the end of Under Siege, we'll be able to get rid of the whole, like, good guy authority figure, bad guy authority figure thing going on, and Robert Stone could go back to doing nothing in NXT, because...
But that failed table spot really upped my enjoyment. Hey!
Matthew, please grab that.
Yep, congratulations. You made it to Botchamania's radar.
No, I don't think he did. I don't think it did. We actually have to wait until the next session of Botchamania so that we can make sure that Matthew fucking grabs it. As a matter of fact, after we're done with the show, fucking tag Matthew. Tell him to look at this match. Tell him to look at this spot, rather, at that spot in the segment, and for the love of God, tell him to make sure to fucking add it.
Of course, absolutely. You hear that, Matthew? You better add it to your Botchamania video, or else.
Botchamania!
All right, let's go ahead and move on. So now let's get... No, hey, I like Botchamania too.
I'm sorry, we're still having fun with that.
But we
got
got more to cover.
I know.
All right, now let's get to the match of the night, and Eddie Edwards is in action. And during his match, they had Cody Deaner at ringside, and Eddie Edwards is just facing off a local jobber. I forgot his name. His last name is Hayter. No, it has nothing to do with David Hayter, unfortunately.
Or Jamie Hayter.
Or that too, yeah. No, Eddie Edwards is in the ring with a regular jobber, and while he's fighting the guy off, if you want to call it a fight.
If you want to call it a fight, it's more like a glorified cremation ceremony.
Eddie Edwards is also spending.
The fire.
He's also spending half the time trash talking at Cody Deaner, who's on commentary.
Oh yeah, that's right. Cody Deaner is he's still got a beef with him because Cody's still trying to be a good guy, the people's choice kind of thing.
Except tomorrow night he has a match against Eddie Edwards where if he loses, he is gone from the company.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, there's that. We're doing that shit. So Eddie Edwards continues the punishment until we get a little bit of an offense from the good guy, from the jobber. The jobber was able to get in a few pinfalls, but a few near pinfalls. Eddie Edwards, of course, at the end of the day, he was able to catch the dude off guard, hits the Boston Knee Party to pin and win. You're a winner, Eddie Edwards.
Boo on you, man.
Also, they showed
dude.
a random clip of him winning the TNA World Title back in 2016 when he actually looked fit. Like, damn, dude, 9 years? Is that what it takes for you to look like that?
No, it's a matter of difference in time, Jose. He's not the same spring chicken he used to be. You can't expect the guy to, be able to maintain the same physicality over and over and over throughout all that time.
I don't know, man. John Cena was able to.
John Cena had a melanoma, which is why he's pale as fuck.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, no. Found out about that at the Jim Cornette experience because they made a point of when they were discussing Backlash. Jim Cornette made a point of pointing out how pale as fuck what's his face John Cena looked, and Brian Last had to tell him it's because he had some sort of skin cancer situation that he had to deal with, and he couldn't tan as a result, which is why he looked pale.
Oh my goodness, I did not know this.
Okay, for the record.
And I know what melanoma is. It sucks.
Yeah, for the record, I'm not 100% sure that whether or not if Brian Last was just fucking around. I have to say that right now, because if he was fucking around, that's a pretty fucked up way to do it. But if he's not, then, like, you can understand. There's still shit.
Yeah, no. I know what melanoma is. I watched the episode of Baywatch when they talked about it, which is ironically the same episode where they had Hulk Hogan.
And he killed the moment.
Brother.
Let me look over here. Robert Stone telling the promo was like listening to 80s, early 90s WWF promos. I know. It was so fucking painful. It was so grating to hear from like the heel over here. Such disrespect. The table. No selling on Masha Slamovich, the former GCW heavyweight champ. I know, right? The fucking table went into business for itself. Motherfucker.
Now, this one deserves an honorable mention, but it also has an unofficial bad segment here. First of all, honorable mention, of course, Spitfire was in action. They were in tag team action.
Luna and Jody Threat.
But their unofficial bad segment was in the video package that they had before their match, and they were talking about how they were going to get back the TNA World Titles, and I saw the Knockouts tag titles, and Dani Luna, she looked like she was trying. She was trying to emote. She was trying to talk about how they've been struggling so hard and they're still wrestling with the Elegance team over and over again. And Jody Thread, like, judging from her body language and her facial expressions, it looked like she's not really putting much effort into this promo package.
Okay, so Jody Threat needed to emote a little more, and Dani Luna needed to dial it down half a bit?
No, Dani Luna's fine. Dani Luna's portion is fine. She's speaking passionately. Jody Threat needs to step up.
And she needs to amp up the energy.
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah, but their match was pretty
good for everybody.
No, it's okay. But this match was pretty good, and it wasn't a standard squash. The Jobbers team of Maserati and Vipress actually made Spitfire go to work.
Like, considering that you remembered their name and not the name of the one jobber that Eddie Edwards was facing up against.
Well, yeah, because these two names sound cool. Viper sounds cool, and Maserati is the name of a
Car.
Is the name of a car.
And the guy, what's his face, something hater.
Something hater.
You could make the fucking effort to memorize his name too.
Hey,
son.
give me props. I memorized 2 jobber names. 2.
How did the match go?
The match was great. Spitfire obviously picked up the win. That's going to help with their momentum heading into Under Siege, and they will be wrestling in a tag match that's called Match by Elegance, in which there is no disqualification, and it is their last chance at the TNA Knockouts Tag Team titles, because after this, as long as they're champions, they get no more chances.
Wow, motherfuck, that is rude. But then again, coming from the bad guy stable of the concierge, of the personal concierge and the Elegance brand, that they would impose that kind of stipulation, it kind of makes sense.
Indeed.
Yeah, and if Spitfire are complaining that they keep having to deal with fucking Elegance over and over and not getting anywhere, then they don't have any room to complain if they lose this time.
Precisely. And now let's get to the main event, and it's another tag match.
Holla holla!
The team of the TNA X Division champion Moose and Brian Myers representing the System versus the team of the TNA World Champion Joe Hendry and Elijah.
All right. Okay.
With, of course, Trick Williams from NXT joining the commentary.
Okay, we got commentary folks joining up left and right over here tonight in the Impact Zone. So this is odd, but also they're in Los Angeles, you said, right?
Yes.
And this was happening during their tapings. So this must have been at least 2 weeks ago at the most, right?
At least, yes.
Okay. So at no point in time are both like the folks from TNA having to deal with fucking flying over to Ontario, and then the very next night, we're like a day and a half later, we've got Trick Williams and Joe Hendry flowing all the way back down this way to Tampa. Fuck no, my brain's like, okay, they're not doing all this stuff live. There's been 2 weeks time between the two of the guys.
And you also have to remember that NXT is also pre-recorded. They also do TV tapings.
No, but I thought that their tapings are released day of. Or it's not the day before, or is it the night before?
I really don't know how they work, but the point is it's not live.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. I've
So-
already known that.
Yeah. Why are we wrapping our heads around this shit?
Because, number one, I'm herbally infusing. But number two, more importantly, I'm over here like, if I didn't know better and if I wasn't 100% sure, and if I assumed that TNA was live tonight, and then tomorrow having Trick Williams and Joe Hendry fly all the way up to Canada, only to fly all the way back down a day and a half later to Tampa for Battleground. Which is, I'm just thinking that's just fucking exhausting in terms of travel. But whatever, who am I to complain?
All right, let's move on.
It's a thing, okay?
Okay, drop it. Let's move on.
I'm dropping it. Look how I dropped it. Look, I haven't dropped my herbal infusion. See,
Jesus.
dropped.
So this is weird to watch. Not because of the tag match, but Trick Williams is on commentary, and there's no Booker T involved. It's just Matthew Raywald and Tom Hanfan, which it's odd, but also a good change of pace because man, I can only handle so much Booker T.
Oh, Jeannie Rick. Oh shit, you're in the chat. How's it going, Jeannie Rick?
Yay!
Don't forget to smash the like buttons. Show Jose and Juan some love. Let's see here. Matthew Coburn trying to say, want you to show some love, then you want you to hit the like. Okay, I get what you were trying to say. It's all right. I appreciate you trying.
All right. So get to the match. So Elijah starts things off for the good guys. Elijah does his Undertaker walk on the rope, or rather walk with Elijah, as he calls it. And he brings it not only onto Moose, but also onto Brian Myers. And it was really fun to watch. And then, unfortunately, as the babyfaces continue their momentum, we got some outside interference from Fandango, a.k.a. JDC, who not only gets involved, but he also likes to showboat in front of the camera.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, no, I saw that fucking, what's his face? Dirty Dango up in here. He was fucking flexing for the camera. literally blocking the way while Brian Myers and I think it was Elijah were in the middle of the ring.
That's right.
Oh
And
my God.
meanwhile, Trick Williams is just being Trick Williams on commentary, and he really didn't add much to it, like to the match, like as they were talking, did he?
He could have done with a little extra kick, a little extra oomph on this shit.
Yeah, but he was trying to get in the mood, like, yeah, let's talk about it, player. Ah! But anyways, so when we got back from commercial break, it looked like the heels were in control. Moose had Joe Hendry at ringside. He was about to deliver a chop, but unfortunately, he chops the fucking ring post, hurting his hand.
Ow! No, that shit sucks. No,
I mean, not Joe Hendry, Elijah, sorry. Because they were working.
Still sucks.
That still sucks. Elijah is trying to work against the 2-on-1 assault. Eventually, he gets a hot tag on Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry starts laying in on the clotheslines on all the opponents, and then he hits a fallaway slam followed by the kip up, and that super awesome camera zoom in.
Yep, the spin around on there. It was uninterrupted. And this time, Joe Hendry didn't sit there and smile and linger. He hit the pose, and he stayed on target.
Oh yeah, he's all business tonight.
Ooh, you in trouble.
You in trouble indeed. So while Moose and Joe Hendry were fighting it off at ringside, Elijah was in the middle of the ring with Brian Myers. He hits the tombstone pile driver in the middle of the ring to pin and win. Your winners, Elijah and the TNA World Champion, Joe Hendry.
Yay.
But unfortunately, after the match, Frankie Kazarian shows up into the ring and starts laying an assault on Joe Hendry. Trick Williams, of course, wants none of it. Like, he's just there for commentary. He's not going to jump in and join in on the fray.
He's like, no, this ain't my problem. This is your problem.
Yeah.
I'll take him on, but this is your time.
Yep.
It's like, wow, way to say without saying I don't give a shit of what I'm doing here in TNA, Trick.
I know.
Dude.
Way to put over the brand that you're working with.
Like, okay. I'm not trying to be that guy, but Trick Williams, the way he's doing that commentary, I really hope that's not actually the case. I really hope that we're reading too much into it. But if we're right, it would be really fucking nasty attitude on the part of Trick Williams. I really hope that's not what's up.
I think it's just storyline.
I hope it's just storyline because he doesn't like. I don't think that would work out well for him, considering he's been in this top position in NXT for so long. You would need to think that he would actually be a little bit more respectful on that. Or like show the guys in TNA respect. Just because he's up on a bigger promotion, the fact that it's NXT's partnership with TNA, not like Raw or SmackDown specifically, then that just goes to show you, Trick, you're not as big as you might think. Like that's literally just us. That's literally just me speculating. We're not trying to.
Well, yeah, I think we're reading a little too much. I think it's all just storyline, dude. I think we're fine.
I really, really hope.
I don't think, dude, relax. I think we got this.
All right, yeah, I think you're right. Over here, let me take a look.
But
Joe Hendry needs the clapper. Yeah, but if he does that and he's clapping all the time with this music, with the song, if somebody hits that at his home and then he's going along clapping along to his own music, his light bill's gonna go apeshit.
Right. NXTNA full circle. Yep. Trick Williams is a prima donna.
Yep, he is.
Yes, he is. All right, Juan, ring the bell.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, so final thoughts on these 3 go-home shows. So for TNA Impact, great opening match with Mustafa Ali getting the win. Great main event. I wish Trick Williams would add a little bit more and actually get involved to get some heat.
Like, here's the thing. He doesn't even necessarily have to get involved. What he would need to do is come off a little bit less dismissive in his oh, I'm not doing anything with that. I'm not getting involved in that. It just more like, hey, no, you're the ones messing with him. This ain't me. Like, look, I'll take care of him on my time. Like, this is all you tonight. That would be a little bit closer to making the angle make sense.
No. But regardless, the tag matches were fun, especially the main event. And, of course, even though the bad guy team won, I still enjoyed watching Mike Santana wrestle. And I never thought that I'd be laughing and smiling at a freaking debate, but damn it, they got me with the freaking table spot. That didn't break.
I am the table.
Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, so me and Juan will have different opinions on this. I liked the opening promo segment because, yeah, if you're gonna main event Double or Nothing, then yes, put over how important this match is for you. Even and Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page, I think they did a great job at that.
They did a job.
Okay.
And they did a job. It's literally like, the thing is that Will Ospreay and Cowboy shit here, they prided themselves on being better in ring guys than talking guys, and that they do their talking in the ring kind of guys. But so them trying to be WWE promo talking style doesn't gel right. That and the shitty haircut that Will Ospreay was rocking. Look, we're over here. Yes, we are wrapping up over here.
Yep, and we had a great trios match where Swerve, Samoa Joe, and Powerhouse Hobbs got the win. They beat the Young Bucks and Jon Moxley.
One question: we haven't heard from the mascot in a while.
He's still out on injury.
Okay, making sure I remember.
Don't invoke his name.
I'm not. I simply used the code name of the mascot.
Yeah, no, and we got a great promo segment with the Hurt Business and MJF, and it was fucking awesome.
Congratulations, Millhouse.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, no, they did a good job for their go home show with AEW Dynamite, and I liked everything they're doing with Mina Shirakawa and Toni Storm. I like the Jamie Hayter side of this whole feud because we have already made our opinions clear on Mercedes Moné. I'm sorry, it's hard to get past her attitude. Anyways, so this week's edition of NXT, the Go Home Show, also a great opening contest. I'm happy to see Sean Legacy from Evolve getting a spotlight over in Battleground, and I hope he does well. And also the concerts were funny as hell. Trick gets an A for trying. He gets an A for trying with his rap solo, but come on. You're competing against Joe Hendry. Like, he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now, everything else was, But anyways, everything else about the show was great. Lola Vice beating Fallon Henley was fucking fun. I love that. I love that show. I love that match. Tony D'Angelo's promo segment was funny. I can't take it seriously. But the video...
Tone it down. It was already weird when we had... that message with Pretty Deadly and the cameo, but that was a while ago.
And Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, the Phantom League.
But the video packet, the hype packages for Jordan Grace and Stephanie Vaquer definitely was straight up fire, and it was awesome.
God almighty. Like, I'm having a dream come true when it comes to these two ladies.
So, for next week's edition of Wrestle Rewind, it'll be a special one because me and Juan, we're going to be talking and reviewing the matches from all three pay-per-views. TNA Under Siege, AEW's Double or Nothing, and NXT Battleground.
Yay! It's like a souped-up version.
Exactly.
Instead of the week's episodes, we're doing the big bad pay-per-views.
Exactly. Now, of course, tune in this Saturday. We're going to have another exciting edition of Los Amigos Play this Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern, and another great edition of the Ravens Flock at 7:30 p.m. Eastern this Saturday. Both shows simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Until then, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casabona! As he reviews for you the best and the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, live, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlock online, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course,
remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, youtube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse, I'm Jose Casabona, and this is Wrestling